Hey, what's going on, everybody? Just making this video to give my personal opinion on why there's a shortage on truck drivers. I've been watching these news channels, I've been hearing these videos from different people, and I've been hearing all these big dogs from the big companies giving all kind of excuses why there's a shortage on drivers. This video is for y'all, the big dogs, the big companies that rip drivers off, the big companies that rip every truck driver that's in this industry. It doesn't matter if it's a company driver or an owner operator. You guys are a whole bunch of rip-off. The reason why you guys got driver shortage in this country is because you guys are not paying the money that you actually paid a truck driver to stay on the road if it's an over-the-road driver. Do the math. If you're over the road driver, and if you are doing $1,000 a week, okay, say for instance you leave 5 days, you out of your house for 5 days. If you do the math, 24 times 5, what do you get? What's that? That's 120 hours. And say for instance you deduct that 10-hour break, you put 14 hours a day, and if you're taking home $980 to $1,000, you're making less than $10 an hour or $10 an hour. So that's why truck drivers are leaving this industry. That's why they're jumping on to do something else, a warehouse job or anything. It's not worth it. I mean, what can you do? You put in so many hours and you get it so little money. Now the other thing is, for owner operators, say for instance if a broker has a $3,000 load, he try to pay you $1,800, or he try to pay you at the most $2,200. So he's holding back $800. So at the end of the road, you're running 1,000 miles for $2,200. What do you think? Oh, it's over $2 a mile. Oh wow, it's great. You forget about the fuel. You guys forget about the wear and tear of your truck. In my instance, I haul reefer. I gotta include that. So some of us are killing the industry. We need to stop hauling cheap freight. We need to fight for what our right is. We need to go ahead and start negotiating with these brokers. The industry needs to be overhauled. I mean, if you got a broker that moves 17 loads a week for $3,000 and he's paying you $2,200 on a load that should be paying $3,000, $3,200, or $2,800. I mean, do the math. Come on, we gotta use our head. Everybody's kicking us with the last dog. We get dispatched by the office. If you're a truck driver, if you're a company driver, you get dispatched by the hour. You're on the road. You don't see your family in 15 days. Do the math. If you put in 144 hours and you're taking what, $1,600, do the math. How much money are you working for? Really? You're working for $10 an hour or less. You gotta, guys, we gotta wake up, man. We're driving these big machines. Not everybody can drive this. When something comes down, there's an accident, then we're the ones responsible for it. That's one of the reasons we shortage on drivers, because the industry, the big companies are making the money and they're not paying enough for the company driver to stay and work for them. Now, the companies that are leasing trucks to drivers, telling them, oh, we give you a $0 down. You know, come on, that's another rip-off. You guys, if you guys are in the lease, get off the lease, man. Just don't let these big companies tear you up, tear you back off. Why? Because you paying them $3,000 plus a month on a new truck that's never going to be yours. And on top of that, you got to pay insurance. You got to pay all these deductions, maintenance on the truck. You got to pay everything, you name it, plate tax, road tax. You got to pay their insurance. You got to pay the labor, the mechanic if he got something to do to your truck. Do the math. We got to wake up. Us as truck drivers, we got to wake up. Don't let these industries and these big companies fool you. There's a whole bunch of big companies that all they do is rip people off. That's the reason a lot of drivers have left this business, because you got big companies ripping them off. I mean, if the industry would have been overhauled a long time ago, everybody would have been happy. I mean, say for instance, if you got on myself, on my personal opinion, like me, I'm gonna put me as an example. I have my own permits. I'm always dealing with brokers left and right. I'm negotiating and I push them to the max. Why? Because I know they're making in between 14 and 20% out of each load. But say for instance, if the industry was overhauled, just like the real estate industry was overhauled, where if the salesman sells a house, it doesn't matter what the price is, he illegally gets 3%, nothing more, nothing less. I mean, that's what they should do with these damn brokers. Give them 10%. If you're paying $3,000 on a load, $300, that's enough. If this broker is moving 17 loads a week, that's $5,100. Just for what? Faxing a piece of paper? Calling somebody on the phone? That's it. What's the hustle? Nothing hustle about that. I mean, a broker doesn't use insurance. It's our insurance. Pretty much all he's doing is just forwarding the freight to us. And they're making a lot more money with less investment than what that we got. Now, we need to wake up, truck drivers. We need to wake up. Do the math. If you're doing $1,000 a week and you over the road for 5 days and you're taking home $1,200, or if you're taking home $980, $1,000, they ripping you off. You're making $10 or less. Come on, wake up. Let's push together. It's a $3.5 billion business. Everybody's making money except for us. So do the math. Before you're gonna get into this business, if you're thinking about getting into this business, you're watching this video, think about this. Do you want to be home, or you want to be away from your family for a long period of time to make petty cash? So if you're in the business already, don't let these big companies rip you off. There are good companies out there that, you know, there's a whole bunch of drivers working there. I guess Walmart's one of them. I don't want to mention no other companies. I've been doing this for 13 years and I know a whole bunch of companies that whatever. But anyways, if you're making petty cash, if you're making small amount of money and you bitching every time you get the paycheck at the end of the week, man, just jump off the truck. Go look for another job. Stay in the city. Do something else. It's not worth it. Until we come together, that's when we are going to see an increase in our pay for all the things that we really do while we're at work. Truck driving. Peace out.